People are not always capable to compete in education because schools have bad teachers, bad education, and bad, especially if they're developing in an underdeveloped country. And that's why sports are a best way, or just really one of the things that can actually help them improve in the first place. Now, in the current status quo, there's three issues: low of education, inequality of quality in other states of education in other states or countries, and inaccessibility of education in other countries. Now, we're going to my rebuttals to show how it's wrong. First, first rebuttal: sport representative is bad because it's only represented by only these specific people or teams, or for example, they just coached by the same people over and over again, which putting them on their own views and teaching these people how they want to. First of all, of course, the sports are of course that people still have representative just because the countries have a national identity of just being a really good sports player doesn't always mean that oh, they're just only a sports player. There, of course, people also see other aspects of this, not only just sports as something that's more just to see that oh, they are only good in sports. Of course not. There are other places where they actually excel as well. Sports is just something that adds on to this. So, on the second rebuttal, the government said that they're only cheering while only forgetting the stuff that's actually happening right now. And in a sport as nationality makes it hard to see the bad things that are actually happening. And sports also cost a lot of money. Now, to rebuttal all of that is to say that sports as a nationality doesn't really cover up anything. It's just, first of all, it doesn't actually cover up anything in the first place because the problems are still problems. People suffer these problems, so these people try to get out, or just try to reach out in the first place. So first, they try to reach out from social media, and being the progressive social media and being the progressive society that we are right now, social media is the current platform where everyone can show the problems inside these countries. And so that actually also helps that they are not really they have problems as well. Nothing is going to be like hidden in any of this, and this is just going it is and these problems are still visible. It's everyone. We just see, for example, on Palestine and Israel, Palestine and Israel, that everyone still knows it. No Coachella or no NBA event can actually just hide this problem in the first place. Nothing. So people still are focused about these. Everyone still knows about these. No one are still like blinded just because there's an NBA, just there's an NBA sports something, right? Everyone still knows it. Third rebuttal. They say that sports cost a lot of money. Well, yes, everything is a worthwhile investment if you put enough money to it. Just for example, education. Education costs a lot of money as well, but why do we want to put money in it, or in the first place? We want to put money in it because it can actually bring us bring us money in return. Since it brings us money in return, we actually want to try it back. Education and sports is at the same level, but sports is more it's more accessible, which I will say in my rebuttals as well, in my argument later. But sports just cost a lot of money because it's a worthwhile investment. It's an investment to bring back your own money back. It's not just because it costs a lot of money doesn't mean it's a worth. It just doesn't mean it's not a worth investment. Now, third, it brings excluding people excluded by other people or by your country. Now, first of all, to rebuttal this whole argument, just because you're a woman and just because you're a black person doesn't mean for you being showed to be the representation of your country doesn't mean you're that doesn't actually makes you excluded. Now, first of all, to say that oh, nobody's interested to actually watch woman's sports. Well, let's just say they do. But in the current status quo, we already see that many people are already seeing how women are also capable. Just see how woman is one of the. Just see that woman is being actually capable of competing with men in the running tracks, or just being an athletics, gymnastics, or just being a motorcycle racer. Just you can already look how women are already capable in actually doing those as well. And just because they're black doesn't mean they are not capable. Just because the government said keeps saying that oh, they will be called a monkey or something. Well, yes, what just racism happens everywhere. And with people actually, with black people especially, being a really hard time, they can actually prove themselves, being actually capable to do other being capable to do sports, especially in current status quo, where actually being very capable in sports, which they can actually being improved to the current society as well. Now, going on to my arguments. First argument, representation of capability and investment. Now, no one has the same facilities and equality like other people has in our country. They don't have the supplies, they certainly do not have the amount of money the average civilian has. But what can they do? What can they do to improve the capabilities, and what's the easiest way to do it? Now, first of all, accessibility. Because everyone can actually have access to these sports, they can learn it from outside places, not only in schools where they are limited to study, especially if the country has the best teachers and best education. Of course, the country will already be progressive because they already have something that actually benefits them, and how it shows that it gives much more that they are just capable. But what about other underdeveloped countries and developing countries? What can they bring to the table? It's happening that every country is capable of sports, and now being the most entertaining form of making money, showing the capability and how worthy they invest. Since, for example, people who come from black races to be seen as capable to do sports are genetic. We're going to see how these people are genetically taller, capable to compete in other sports, and many people like them as well. So it removes any bad stereotyping as well. Now, let's say on the other side, it gives motivation to people actually want to do this in the first place. So this is where making people actually motivated and make them actually want to pursue this in the first place, and making it more accessible, especially if it's a woman. They can also still compete with other people. This it doesn't make, but of course they are still limited. But in the current status quo, it becomes more progressive. People are still capable of accepting stuff, and they can, and women right now still joins other places as well. Now, second reasoning, visibility and money. Now, sports is to entertain, and by being entertaining, it helps bring revenue to fix and help with being an ongoing problem. Of course, they have of course these countries have a thing called boycotting. It exists as a check and balance. If they do anything bad, no country wants to cut, but no countries won't actually want to be cut by their own by treating their civilians badly. Now, boycotting is a thing. Now, even if they do it, it's just not because sports is hiding it. First of all, problems is just problems. Problems can be covered up because for some problem that needs money, just poverty. How are you going to fix poverty if you have no money? You actually take this by loans, so they actually make harder for you to actually start to become a developing country where you're just basing your everything based on loans. So the sports can actually be something that's actually good to make increasing in your society, in economy as well. And there's also the other thing that don't need money to solve. Society has progressive society as well. They have progressive social media. They can spread problems and ask for help. It's actually a prevalent for example, Palestine and Israel. This in the first place, in the first place, these sports isn't really is good in the first place.